like and subscribe. If you like the video, of course. Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, TheWisejames. Today I'm going to be reacting to another channel I've been reacting to a lot called Wesley Winter. It's a guy called Wesley Winter. He's an independent journalist, a people's journalist if you want to call it that. And he's done a video, Canary Wharf, WTF is happening to the UK. I have reacted to Wesley's videos before. If you do want to see more of his content, check out his channel. So, let's get into it. Is this the one? That's the one. So, let's get into it.
You break the law in this country, you go to prison. They break the law in this country, we put them up in a hotel.
What does it feel like to be f***ing hated in your own country, you scum?
They don't own this country. I don't own this country.
They're trying to bring their culture here.
Let's go. Get them out! Get them out!
They're not activists, they're local people and they don't want this in their area.
Do you not feel sorry for the young girl? I feel quite sorry for her actually.
Go away. Just
Previously.
Well, this looks like it's going to get a bit saucy. I will try and use my posh and fancy English words and English accent so that you all understand me better. Because if I talk like a Geordie man, you'll know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? How are you? So I will try and talk like a normal human being. No offence, Geordies.
Protests erupted at the Britannia Hotel in Canary Wharf after the Home Office claimed it wasn't being used to house asylum seekers, only for migrants to be moved in overnight. Just weeks later, a court heard that one migrant allegedly walked into a blind woman's flat with one hand on his genital area and the other in his hoodie pocket.
This man in this vehicle has just entered a lady's property without her consent, and these officers have said it's not an offence. They're letting him go.
Need more.
The police don't even know what's a crime anymore. Honestly, I was in an NHS mental health ward once and caught two members of staff having sex in the toilets. That's the Hadrian Clinic in Newcastle, on Newcastle Westgate Road, the site for Age and Vitality. It was a middle-aged carer with purple hair. Well, I say middle-aged, she was older than middle-aged. And the bald white guy who was the pharmacist with glasses. Can't remember his name, maybe Malcolm or something, I can't remember. But he was like the guy who did all the meds. He was banging her over the bathtub in the disabled toilet on the ward. And I rang the police about it, and they were like, oh, it's not a crime. And I'm like, hang on. I had two adults at the NHS who were supposed to be caring for me expose their genitals to me, and the police are, oh, it's not a crime. Like, the police literally are fucking stupid as fuck, man. Like, obstruction of the road is a crime, but they don't stop protesters obstructing the roads, do they? Altering your statements to the courts is also perjury, but they all do that as well.
He chased out because the daughter Shanae, who cares for a blind mother, was there. Despite this, he was allowed back into the hotel, but by the next morning, police had arrested him in Hackney on suspicion of common assault.
Obviously, all we've got is an allegation of trespass at the moment, which is not something we can arrest for.
Meanwhile, Shanae was also arrested, accused of carrying an offensive weapon, affray, and assaulting a hotel security guard. She denies all charges. In this video, we head to protests in Canary Wharf and Nuneaton to see how migrant hotels are affecting communities across the UK. Join me.
So guys, we've got the police helicopter up in the sky. Apparently there's a protest just at Canary Wharf, just around the corner from here. We're gonna go check it out. Let's go. Hey. Yeah, so these protests have literally happened most days. They're trying to keep it to a Friday and Sunday, but people have come out regardless. We're outside another hotel called the Novotel, which is in use, but the one that's being used as a hotel, as a migrant hotel, is the Britannia, just down here. I mean, look at the kind of diversity in the area. There's a lot of Chinese people in the area who I spoke to last week, and they are very much against it. You know, they don't want their tax money going on this hotel, and some of them are migrants who have paid thousands of pounds for visas, and they also feel the kind of unfair use of this hotel.
Imagine, right, some of these students from China, right? Some of them are paying £9,000 a year just for the course, and then they pay whatever they pay for, you know, books, energy costs, food, accommodation, on top of that. And then they're a migrant, right? An educational migrant or student migrant. And so you have illegal migrants coming in who get free accommodation, free food, a free smartphone, because you can't exist in the modern world without a smartphone, so they have to give them a smartphone, because they created a world where smartphones are required, so they have to give the migrant a smartphone, right? So, imagine being that Chinese person. You'd be so pissed off. You'd be so angry that you've spent so much money, you've worked so hard, and someone illegally entered the country and gets things for free, when you did it all right, worked hard, and you had to pay. Like...
One lad on his bike trying to get stopped by the police. As we speak, guys, right now, as of today, Shanae, the girl who chased the migrant out of the house, is currently remanded in prison, and the actual migrant has been set free. But this is where it all happens, guys. This is where they're housing hundreds and hundreds of illegal migrants in this hotel. The locals aren't happy. The whole...
I tell you what, if I caught someone going into a blind woman's house with their hand down their pants, and the blind woman didn't know who they were, I'd be in prison as well. Forget if I was their son or daughter. Like, that's what you do. You defend your family, I'm sorry. Right, that's what happens. And she gets punished by the police for protecting her family. And they have essentially let the guy go who committed the crime, which means he'll think it's okay to commit it again and do it again. Just like if a child does something wrong and they don't get punished, they'll do it again and again and again and again until they get punished, or it's not worth it to do it. It's not rocket science.
The country isn't happy, and what we're seeing now are just mass protests that are just erupting in the streets. See this lady sign, pink ladies boycott fast food deliveries. Would you like to say a few words about your...
To be honest, actually, I've stopped getting as many fast food deliveries because of this. I don't mind going to my Chinese because the delivery guy is always a white British guy. But whenever I go to McDonald's or KFC or any other place but my Chinese, it's always a non-British individual. And I never minded before. But when you find out that all the illegal migrants' jobs are working for fast food places as Deliveroo or Just Eat, if you're getting Just Eat and Deliveroo every day, you're helping fund illegal migration. That's the fact.
Your sign boycotting their deliveries.
Well, we don't feel safe. We don't know who is coming to our door.
Yeah.
And now apparently it's okay to walk right in and not get prosecuted for it.
Yeah.
So this is very dangerous.
Yeah, how do the locals feel? The illegal migrant literally just walked straight through into the woman's door, and also the daughter's been remanded now. She's the one who didn't get set free, was she?
Well, the press were trying to spread lies as well and said that the guys were chasing him into the house, which is not true at all. And that's all on video.
If you like me.
Sorry about the adverts there. I do mute them and then skip them as quick as possible. That will stop when I get premium.
Yo, why are you going in her house? Go back to the hotel.
Obviously your sign, fast food deliveries. How do you feel that's almost like a loophole now for them to earn money, but you don't know who's going to turn up at the door with your food?
And I've seen videos of guys using other people's faces to log onto the app, so what we would want is...
And do you know what else, right? Literally, when you get a delivery in this country, everything's delivered to your front door, right? The front door. They don't deliver it to your back door. I've had Just Eat drivers, because they couldn't find my front door, pull up in the back lane, come through my backyard, and knock on the back door. The back door is not for deliveries. The back door is for an emergency exit and to use the back lane. So you got these... I'm a liberal guy, far more liberal than any of these far-right extremists you're going to see on this video. But do you know how annoying it is when you've got a Just Eat driver who is so new to the country that they don't even know that you shouldn't be knocking on people's back doors? Like, you do not knock on people's back doors in the UK, because it's like... Only your family members do that, or friends. Not a Just Eat driver, because he can't find the front door because he doesn't know how to work a sat-nav.
To these delivery services to make it more difficult for people to hack the system. And also...
So I've stopped going to Just Eat, apart from for Chinese. I've never ever used Deliveroo, and I will stop using them completely as soon as possible. As soon as I find out where my Chinese has moved to, I'll stop using them. But they keep moving, so...
So for the guys that were doing it before, they're not getting paid enough anymore because it's just being flooded, and it's not fair on them either.
Yeah, and what about just general curfews or rules for this hotel? Do you think they should be allowed out?
Not personally, because we've already seen there's been another arrest yesterday from someone sleeping over there, and I don't know how true it is. Apparently he was doing something he shouldn't have been, but he was filmed being asleep in a public place and being arrested. So I don't know whether you can get arrested for being asleep in a public place. But obviously he's done something, because we've got video evidence of it being taken away.
No, they can move you on, but they can't arrest you.
So I guess the plan is to block the road, but the police are trying to, organise it in some sort of manner. But this is the main message: we are not far right, but we're not far wrong. Don't gamble with our lives.
I like that. We're not far right, but we're not far wrong.
Stop the boats. So Suzanne, you're very vocal against Sadiq Khan, and in London in general, what's your kind of thoughts on housing asylum seekers in these hotels?
Well, as you can see by locals, and they are all locals, they're not activists, they're local people, and they don't want this in their area. I know people here that won't go out without their husband because they don't feel safe. Yeah. And at the end of the day, Sadiq Khan should make sure Londoners are safe, and he is not.
I'm unclear, Chair, what is meant by the question. If you could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out. Are you not listening? It's the sort of gangs that groom young girls at a young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
Yeah, and obviously you pressed Sadiq Khan about the grooming gangs. He almost brushed you aside and...
Yeah, but what Sadiq Khan was trying to get her to change it from being a perfectly legitimate question into an unacceptable racist one by inferring that it was only Muslim gangs. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get her to change her question into a racist one so he didn't have to answer it. Like, these politicians think they're clever by being not honest. Like, the cleverest thing these politicians could do right now in this time period of humanity would be honest, but they're still clinging to the old ways that they can not answer a question or change it so they don't have to answer it as a method. Like, they're all going to keep doing this for years and years, where they think they can lie to you all and get away with it, and it's the best practice.
Didn't want to face the music, basically. I mean, what kind of threat do you think these hotels pose? Do you think sexual assault is on the rise because of these hotels in general?
I'd have to look at the figures. You have to look at each individual case.
You've also got the problem that our population is going up, so the crime rates, the crimes will be reported more often and more frequently, just simply because there's more people. And then you add in the element that there's more illegal migrants, so then there's even more people, so the crime rate would be even higher, okay?
But the main thing here is that people are just not feeling safe, and that's the important aspect. You can't.
But the thing is, this has been done intentionally. You're all being made to feel unsafe intentionally. The media is telling you every single day on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever you watch, YouTube, on your TVs, on your phones. Every day you're being told that you're in danger because of this. You're in danger because of that. Your children are in danger. Your wife's in danger. Your mother's in danger. Your country's in danger. You're not even allowed to put your flag up anymore. They're telling you all this every day, and slowly but surely, we're all being brainwashed to hate people who essentially are not the ones we should be hating. The people we should be hating is not anyone. We should be holding those in power accountable. That's what we should be doing. We should be holding those in power who manage the immigration systems. Them are the ones who you blame. Because if we're in a court of law, right, and I'm a judge, and you are all the jury, the people, say you, the British people, are the jury, and I am the judge of this court case over the immigration system has failed. So who are we going to prosecute for the immigration system of the British government failing? We're going to prosecute the person who was legally in charge of the immigration system and was legally responsible in a court of law. And so we'll answer to our court Me as the judge, you as the juries. I'm just doing this as an exercise of imagination. I'm not really a judge, and you aren't really a jury, okay? This is just a hypothetical sort of thing. So, in that situation, you're not bringing up the migrants and charging them because the migration system is broken. You're going to charge and prosecute the person who was legally supposed to stop that, which would be the Home Secretary, the Cabinet, and the Prime Minister. You could even throw the King in, to be honest, because he's head of state. Although he's not supposed to get involved in politics, when he's sending letters to Donald Trump, he is involved in politics. And if he says he's not, he's lying, okay? So, you're all being brainwashed every day to basically avoid who's actually responsible, which is the government.
Can't live in an area and be too frightened to go out because there are so many single young men just hanging around everywhere. It just makes the whole community feel very unsafe.
So I've heard from some of the locals, a lot of them generally just don't want their tax money being spent on the hotel. They know what happens across the country when you bring a hotel into a local area, sex crime goes up, shoplifting occurs, and just a general feeling is that people don't feel safe. There's a bit of music going on down there. I'll try not to hear the copyright music, but what they've done now, they've told everyone to get off the road and onto the pavement.
You can shove your yellow jacket. Shove your yellow jacket. Shove your yellow jacket up your arse.
So yeah, some guys have turned up in balaclavas, as you'll see from some of the clothing.
Pussies.
But majority are the women.
Cowards.
Local women. Do what these guys are doing. What's happening there, guys? Let's follow it round.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Up, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Left, right, left, right, left, right.
It seems like no one wants to stand still. So they're just going to be doing laps around Canary Wharf. Got people in offices. Oh, police are coming in. What's going on? Hey, someone's...
I'm trying. Wait there. Where's the What's the music? The Charlie Chaplin music, is it? Hang on. Hang on. I can't remember what it's called. You know, like on Scooby-Doo and stuff, where they're like going back and forth in different doors and stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
The police are doing laps around there. Oh, they're trying to block it all in.
The rest of them are running the other way.
Oh, what's going on? Here we go, here we go. Everyone's running about.
What's going on? I can't work out what's going on.
Oh, a bit of cat and mouse. Oh, some guy's getting grabbed. One guy's getting grabbed. Oh! One guy's getting grabbed.
Body slammed, that was. He wasn't grabbed. He was body slammed. Watch.
Oh, a bit of cat and mouse.
And it's the police with a suplex.
One guy.
Burn! Oh. Suplex to the floor.
Oh.
Now, what I'm looking for here is any unnecessary force and unreasonable force. Was it reasonable to throw him to the ground? Yes. So the first thing they've done is they're trying to restrain him so he can't get away. His hands and legs.
One guy's getting grabbed.
One on each limb. Female's got the 2 legs. 2 males on the torso. One on the top's going for the arms.
What's that about? One guy's getting grabbed.
Oh, was that a punch in the face?
He's getting grabbed. One guy's getting grabbed.
I wish I could zoom in.
Oh! One guy's getting...
That was a punch in the face there. That was a punch in the face there. Hang on, I need to fucking get this up. I need to get this up, lol. Wait there. Wait there. Shit. It's not gonna work. Okay.
One guy's getting grabbed. Oh!
Let's do it this way. Okay, so you see these guys here? They've got hold of him. Now, if you watch closely here, they already have him on the floor. There's 4 officers on this individual. They've just literally suplexed him to the ground. And there, right there, that police officer punched him in the face. I'll show you again.
One guy's getting grabbed.
So that's reasonable force. That's reasonable. Nothing wrong with that. You're arresting someone, they're trying to flee. That's reasonable. Now here, they try and restrain him. That's fine. There, punched him in the face. Like, just in case you didn't see, I'll make it even easier to see. Like, look at this. This is what I mean. Do you ever think that the police would do this to a female? Watch this again. Watch this again. I'll put it in the middle. Right there. Watch this. The police officer... There they go. They've restrained. He is fully restrained. There's 4 people on top of him. Fully restrained. They've got a limb each. And then, bam! Punched him in the face. Once more.
One guy's getting grabbed. Oh!
Here's the unreasonable force, which is a crime, by the way. That's assault. Bosh! Punched him in the face. That's a crime. Done. That person should be sacked. All them officers involved are guilty of a crime of assault on a member of the British public. Although he was guilty of a crime himself and being arrested, that was not reasonable force. That is not reasonable force to punch someone who you've already have on the ground and you have 3 other members of staff already bundling on top of them. They can't move. He can't get away. And you punch him in the face. Like, how are you a police officer? You should be in prison with the fucking rest of them. How dare you do that to a British person? How fucking dare you? I don't care if he is a criminal. I don't care if he's been arrested. You're allowed to use reasonable force. Is punching a member of the public on the floor who is already restrained by 4 officers reasonable? One more time. One more time. Here we go. Bum! Punched him in the face. Right? Now imagine if this was a woman. Imagine if this was a woman, okay? It's all reasonable. It's all reasonable until he gets punched in the face. Why did these police officers allow him to punch him in the face? Now, bearing in mind, these officers have now been witness and are also part of committing a crime. So they should be arresting this officer here for unreasonable use of force. He's just assaulted someone. That's when you don't use reasonable force and it's unreasonable, it's assault. So
Getting grabbed. What's that about? One guy's getting grabbed.
Punched in the face. That's what they did. Punched him in the face. So what's their badge numbers? That's what we want. We want all their badge numbers and all of these officers disciplined. Every last one of them. That officer who punched him should be sacked for using unreasonable force and charged. Simple as. It was fine body slamming him to the ground. That is fine. You needed to restrain him. Fine. So grabbing each limb so he couldn't run away and handcuff him. That's fine. But punching him in the face? No. You could have killed him. You could have given him brain damage. He could have ended up with a mental disability from blunt force trauma. You're a fucking idiot. You're a criminal who should be in jail. And to call you a police officer in this country is a fucking disgrace. An absolute fucking disgrace. That is a thug. That is a fucking thug. That's not a criminal. That's not a police officer. And Officer 5952, you're an accomplice to a crime. You should be disciplined. You, Officer, I can't see, probably 5317, you're fucking liable for a crime and all, because you should all be arresting him. He's just assaulted someone. It's not reasonable force.
Granny's here with a... It's all happening. So guys, the police have said section 14.
Tell you what, the police ever punch me like that, whew, I'll punch you back, me. I'll fucking punch you back. I don't care. I'll go to prison for it, me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You do not get to assault a member of the public like that. Like, that's unreasonable force. That's literally unreasonable force. How dare you? How dare you punch a man on the ground? Do you have no honour? As a man, do you have no honour? Do you know what happens when I've been in a fight in my life and I floor someone? Do you know what I do? I let them get back up so I can floor them again. And I let them get back up so I can floor them again. You, 4 of you, have floored this man. 4 of you. And while he was on the floor, punched him in the face. Now, as a British taxpayer, I don't think that's reasonable. I think all of them officers are guilty of now a crime. They've assaulted a member of the public. They should all be sacked because they didn't arrest the person who did it. They haven't arrested an officer for using unreasonable force. They've all turned a blind eye to their colleagues committing a crime. And they do it every day. The police, every single day, turn a blind eye to their colleagues committing crimes. Every damn day. That's what they are. Scum, 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 scum. That's what they are. Scum. Because that's the sort of thing they'll do. They'll punch a member of the public in the face while they've got them on the floor, and then they'll deny in court that it was unreasonable.
Something going on?
How dare they? How fucking
He's
dare
been arrested. We're not too sure why. So guys, one more police are coming in now. There's one guy just behind me who's been arrested. Maybe for the section 14. We're not too sure why. Maybe they're just making an example of him. Let's get a bit heated.
Right, we're going to make an example out of that officer who punched him. It's fine. Any tool that the police use against you guys, you can use against them. Okay? So if the police try to make you look bad, make them look bad. If the police wrongly accuse you of crimes you're not guilty of, then you charge them with crimes they are guilty of. Alright? It's as simple as that. How dare they punch someone on the floor? The cowards, man. Absolute spineless bastards. That's enough to make a man go insane and spend the rest of his life in a psych ward. And he might have only been, breaching the peace or in a place he shouldn't have been. And he gets punched in the face.
Under arrest. Section 14. He wasn't resisting.
See that? See that red mark on his face there? We can all see that red mark on his face, yeah? See this? You see that red mark on his face there? That's from the punch. See that? See that, an injury? See that bruise on his face? There? Right here? That's from the police. They've just caused that. They've just given him an injury that he didn't need. Absolute joke, the police in this country.
My observation on
fucking joke. I don't understand how they can turn a blind eye
have gone.
to their own crimes.
Still just in front of us, but... Accusation.
What did they say to that? What?
Accusations from the...
Yeah, he did smash him in the face. So he's the officer who punched him in the face, is it? Him. Sack him. Put him in prison. That'll teach them. How dare you punch a man on the ground? How fucking dare you? You know, the only time I deem it's acceptable to be punching a man on the ground who's carrying a deadly weapon. To be honest. So if you're carrying a knife or a gun, fine. I don't care. That's fine. You need to disarm them. But a man in his shorts who's like a breach of a public order offence? No. You don't have the right to punch him in the face. That's not reasonable. He hasn't even committed a violent crime, yet you've now committed a violent crime against a member of the public. He needs to be sacked. If that's the one who punched him, he needs to be sacked. That is the most disgusting use of unreasonable force I have seen in months.
This man here, they got punched in the face by the officer. We don't know. We have to rewind the footage and see if that happened.
It's right, Wesley. You're right, Wesley. He did punch him in the face. I checked. He checked. He did. 100% punched him in the face.
Okay, this man's saying there was a punch in the face from the officer.
Yep, was. Which is unreasonable force. that's a criminal offence. That police officer who punched him in the face literally committed a violent crime and was assisted and helped by other officers, and they did nothing. They did nothing.
Introducing the revolution.
Scum. Absolute fucking scum. How dare they call themselves police officers and do that? How dare they? That's not a police officer, by the way. An actual police officer would never do that. They would never punch a member of the public in the face when they already have them restrained. Like, what world do you lot live in the police? What world do you live in where you think that's reasonable? Are you moronic? Are you insane? Have you never heard of a villain's backstory? Like, if you want to create a criminal in this country, carry on acting that way, and you'll create plenty. Because I tell you what, the police never punched me in the face, I would think, fuck it, I might as well be a criminal if they're going to punch me.
We've seen another protest. It does seem like these groups, predominantly white groups and bigger lads, seem to get more aggression from the police as we've seen in other protests.
100%. Do you really think they would have treated a woman that way? Like, imagine a woman committed the same crime he did and ran away just like he did. You think they're going to chase her down, 3 blokes and a woman, bundle her, suplex her to the ground, right, and then punch her in the face? Oh, but it's all right because he's a man. Oh, it's okay because it's a bloke.
Throughout the week.
Two-tier policing!
Yeah.
Two-tier policing! Two-tier policing!
Back again, yeah.
We've just seen an example of two-tier policing. They turned a blind eye to a violent crime committed right in front of them by their own colleague while dealing with a non-violent crime. And then I bet you they try and deal with it as a complaint, not a crime. Bet you any money. Because that's what the police do. They treat every single crime an officer commits as a complaint so that it looks like there's less crimes being committed by the police each year. That's what they do. They manipulate the statistics so you all don't know they're a bunch of lawless gangs, basically. That's what they are. All the police in the UK are just a bunch of lawless gangs where they pretend that they uphold the law and enforce it, but when it comes to enforcing it on themselves, they change the rules.
Yeah. Are you the best person to speak to about it? Yeah. You both, yeah.
You don't want to give an interview.
That's fine, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, I'm with.
What happened there? We do have some antagonizers turning up. It's being rumoured. Someone just barged through the crowd. I don't know what happened, but someone else has been pulled. I don't know what's going on. Someone else is being pulled. A bit back
I wonder if they punched him in the face as well.
and forth with the officers.
Does it feel like to be fucking hated in your own country, you scum?
These things called scum.
Hey, let's leave them here and let's just go and march. They can't follow us.
I don't know what is going on, guys. This is getting a bit heated at the minute.
Honestly, that police officer, right? I already had very little respect for the police in my country because they don't hold themselves accountable. But after watching that, I think I've lost all respect because literally all those officers there didn't do anything to the police officer who committed a crime. This police officer committed a violent crime in front of them, and they did nothing. And when the member of the public reports that crime, and the police deal with this, they'll treat it as a complaint, not a crime. I've lost all respect for the police, to be honest now. I've lost all respect for you, police. All respect. You have no respect for me anymore. And you still owe me money, so pay up.
But just to the side of me, guys, are friends, I believe, of Shanae, the girl who was arrested. We are going to speak to them in just a moment. But yeah, tensions are rising here, guys.
They're just pinning us where they want us. Whoa, shut the blue bridge down again. They're going to take it regardless.
So it feels like the police are using some tactics to just kind of, I guess, cattle people in this park. Locals have had enough. They want to keep walking again. They're not going to stay here. They are going to continue down the street. So you can see from this side how the police are just trying to block everyone off. Oh, one lady's getting pulled. What's he doing? Push on
Oh, I didn't punch her in the face, did you?
the officer. A very big push from the officer we saw there. Oh, it is getting a bit hectic. What are they doing? Absolutely hectic. What are they doing? What are they pushing? Elderly women. There's a disabled man here. Absolutely terrible. Look what we're seeing here, guys. The police are trying to push people into certain areas. Wow, guys, this is shameful from the police.
Scaring him, man. He's got on fit. He's got on fit. Leave him alone. I dare you.
How long before I see
Wow, that was quite disgusting from the police. Then if you saw that, guys, that disabled lad was trying to come out. But they're starting to walk now down the street. I think they're going to try to block off more roads. Hey, go on, lads, go on, the boys.
Oi, 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 oi.
The police are coming in. Here we go, guys, we're chasing the police. Oh, he's down.
Oh, fucking hell. You alright, mate?
He's falling.
Send us a postcard next time.
What's
I
this,
do hope
guys?
he's alright. I don't wish any harm on any police officers.
Doing their weekly jog. So as the police have decided to block off the road, some protesters have gone home or gone further down. Some have decided to stay here. But we just witnessed, guys, how unfit the British police are trying to chase down protesters.
Well out of breath, aren't they?
Have you got the lady's permission to film? Anything to do?
No.
You don't need it, it's a public area.
She is under arrest at this minute in time. If she's happy, I'm happy for you to stay.
Alright.
Are you happy with your shot? Right, okay, fine. And then
Look at that weapon she has, guys. Bit of tinsel. Very dangerous woman, as we can see. Madam, what are you arrested for?
Because I didn't walk quick enough.
That's not very nice, is it?
I didn't walk quick enough.
Right. What about all the others you were with? There are a lot of other people.
That's alright. There's a lot of fat officers who can't run fast enough. I wouldn't worry, love. But they don't arrest them for not running fast enough because they couldn't catch the criminals, do they? They just give them more donuts at break. Give them an easier job behind a desk so they don't have to run. That way they can stay fat. Bunch of billings.
There.
Quicker than me because I've got bad hips, so I can't walk quick enough. So the custody, the policeman pushed me, and I said, "Don't push me." Pushed me again. I said, "Don't push me," and then he arrested me. Not these two.
Yeah, so police officers don't like being spoken back to the same way they speak to the public because they get this funny idea in their head, like they're the hallway monitor at school, so they can tell you what to do, when to do it, and if you backchat them or don't do it, they can arrest you. They get this funny delusions in their head where they're somehow the authority, and they're not. They are literally a paid security person by the British taxpayer who's supposed to enforce our laws and don't. You just don't. You just ignore crimes. You just ignore crimes committed by yourselves, and you just accuse innocent people of crimes simply for standing up to your bullshit. Classic case and example, this woman. She wasn't walking fast enough. You told her to walk faster, even though she might physically not have been able to. And so she didn't like you harassing her, and so you arrested her. So you've made this woman out to be a criminal because she wouldn't do something you asked her to do that she was doing quick enough. She was already doing it, but it wasn't being done quick enough for you. Even though most of your officers are so fat they couldn't run more than 10 miles.
So guys, doesn't matter what excuse you give, if you walk too slowly, you know, the police can arrest you whenever they want. So guys, we're seeing that lady, don't know if she'll be...
Yeah, they think they can arrest you whenever they want. That's the problem. These officers think they can create a situation where they can arrest anyone because they've been given the powers to do that. But that's not how it works. You've got the right of self-defense. You've got lots of rights in this country.
De-arrested, we will find out a bit later. We're going to head back to Canary Wharf, guys, but what we're seeing at the minute, terrible. Police are doing like an escort back to the hotel for some of the protesters. As you'll see just here, some of them decided to go. Hey, Diggies. Is it?
Yeah, here,
there we go.
What's that? Yeah, where's this one?
Oh,
There you go, Wes. There you go.
I see him in the
Do you want a,
Legend.
Want a picture with him?
That's right. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Bit of banter with the police.
Might as well have the banter. Might as well. I tell you what, you can have a bit of banter, right? I had a police officer here months ago handing in some evidence to a crime, which they still haven't processed and dealt with, by the way. But I was dealing with him, and he joked that the police don't normally deal with the innocent side of the law. And I laughed, because it's true. They don't usually deal with their mistakes, is what he meant.
Sorry, mate. Oh, the hand-out waters. Beautiful.
You can't, sweetheart. You need to get down the gym.
Oh, that's a bit rude. Oh.
You know what? She's actually mugged me twice today.
So guys, this is the Britannia Hotel. We've seen it before, we'll see it again. There are security there. I don't think it...
I don't mind the British police having a joke with a member of the public who can handle a joke. But if she did that with a member of the public who couldn't handle a joke, she could have lost her job. So be very careful, officer, okay? Be very careful.
It is a genuine migrant hotel in terms of people there long term. There have been videos showing that it's more like a processing centre where they're there for maybe a couple of weeks and then moved on. Because there have been buses taking migrants outside of this hotel. But another reason besides taxpayers' money going on this hotel, why people are so against it, as you can imagine, people had jobs there. It would have added to the local economy. This would have been a real good pickup point for black taxis as well that would have come here, picked up guests, which would have added to the area. People argue that migrants in the hotel, they get, I don't know, 20, 30 quid a week. I need to fact check that, but they don't add to the local economy. They don't add to the local area, to the shops. This guy's getting a stop and...
What they'll get is an allowance. They'll get a 20 or 30 quid allowance on a card each week to spend on things like food. And they will only be allowed to spend it on certain things like credit for their phone and food. And even when they spend it on food, they won't be allowed to buy junk and energy drinks. They'll have to buy vegetables and fruit and meats and things that are okay, as far as I'm aware. Because it's the same if you were like in a government rehab place. They'll give you like a 20 quid a week to spend on shopping, and they only give you the money when you go to buy it, and then you have to hand in the change sort of thing. Like, so they get a card, and then they get a certain amount on the card, and they can check everything they buy, and when they use it, where they used it, that sort of thing. So there is truth to what you're saying, but I can imagine it's closer to what I'm saying than them being given 30 quid in their account every fucking week. But I could be wrong. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. But I highly doubt it.
Research.
The government wouldn't be so stupid as to give these people cash because they know that the cash could be used to buy drugs and to commit further crimes. So they would give them a card which had a budget on it. And if they don't do that, my God, they're even stupider than I thought. And it wouldn't surprise me if the government was that stupid, that they were handing literally cash to illegal migrants, thinking it's okay.
And you hear the chants, two-tip policing. Into that space. Okay. Oh, sorry. So yeah, there is still a crowd here, despite the police chasing it.
I am now at 45 minutes, and we were only 15 minutes into the video. I am so sorry that I talk so much, but you just don't come here to see someone else. So, apologies.
When arresting people earlier, there are still the local mums and dads, children still here. What happened? Okay, no answer from him. Booze from the crowd here. We have some booze. They're bringing them in to the van. I'm sure the officers won't tell us what happened, but we've had our second, third arrest maybe of the day. And you can see how the locals feel. Two-tier policing. Okay, so he's in this van. He's off. So guys, I don't know if you can see, there's two people out there, out their windows there. Let me just try to use my phone, maybe we can zoom in. Doesn't seem like there's a woman in there though. Oh, he's swearing! He's swearing. Oh, I don't know if you caught that on camera, guys, but in that window, someone was giving the fingers. Can't be having that. That's what happens when you let them in the country. They eventually throw it back at you. Just went to get a drink, and it seems like the protest has been kettled further from what I can see, just in front of us.
Oh, but don't forget, you're allowed to walk in anyone's house as long as the door's fucking open.
I'm just here to film.
to film.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not taking
You've got a press card.
No, but neither do half of these guys.
You've not got a press card.
Well, everyone else, they haven't got a press card.
You've not got a press card.
Well, can I just go through here?
Right, these guys are here already. They're happy.
I was here already as well. I went to get a drink. So that's okay. Alright, so as you can see just here, guys, everyone has been kettled in this area. A lot of mothers and children.
I'd just like to remind the police of one thing. The whole country is watching everything you do and every one of your actions. And when you're trying to hold only these people accountable for their crimes during the protests, but you ignore the crimes committed by your colleagues and your officers, and then try and treat them as a complaint, you guys need I can't even say it. You guys need a metaphorical slap across the face. You just need put in place. You are the taxpayers enforced law. You are the taxpayers law enforcement. You are the law enforcement of this country. So, if you are only picking and choosing which laws to enforce and on who to enforce them on, you are a criminal gang.
Seems like they're trying to move it along somewhere down here.
Safe Store is the UK's #1 for choice in self.
We're just trying to help the family in Sinead out.
Yeah.
And there are so many supporters. Everybody has got her back.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about.
Yeah, and I see your shirt, Justice for Sinead. How do you feel that, Sinead got arrested or remanded and the guy, the migrant got off scot-free, like nothing happened?
He did, and then he went on to Hackney, didn't he? So obviously he committed another crime when he went on. So he wasn't coming to that house to play Monopoly.
If you just look at the migrant, obviously it's said that he didn't commit a crime, but if the daughter wasn't there, what could have happened? I mean, where could that have led to?
Right, so listen, this was my point. Mum's blind, Mum sensed him there, right? Okay, even if he didn't attack her or whatever, what if she was that scared she had an heart attack? What if she went into shock? She's seriously ill.
Yeah.
She can't see. You know, what, and then he wouldn't have committed a crime then because he just went into her house.
Yeah.
That's okay, is it? And we was actually told in the beginning, and it seems to be coming true, they will be put there for 3 weeks, then they will be carted off to get all their paperwork, and then they're going to ship another lot in. Right, so it was 3 weeks the other day when they started getting them out in cabs and coaches. So what, in the next couple of days we've got another 500 coming, another 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, what threat does that pose? Because if you think about it, 3 weeks, that isn't enough to adapt to the culture. It's going to be people like the migrant,
They don't like their culture. They're trying to bring their culture here. Look how much this country's changed. Right, do you know what? They're shutting down churches and schools and hospitals, and they're building...
They should shut down the churches. There have been hurting children in them. They should shut them down.
mosques and whatever they believe.
Shouldn't be building mosques, to be fair. But we in this country uphold religious freedoms, so we let religions build their own places of worship. If I want to build an agnostic, atheist place of worship, you all couldn't stop me. It wouldn't be called a mosque, it wouldn't be called a synagogue, it certainly wouldn't be called a church. When I do finally build the very first agnostic, atheist place of worship, I'll have to figure out what to call it. And you lot can't stop me, it's a religious freedom. That's what our country is. We defend the rights of freedom. And one of freedom's rights is your freedom to believe what you want, right? We brought our culture over from other countries. Christianity, she's on about the church. Christianity is a Roman invention. The Romans invented it. It's a foreign religion. We weren't Christian. We were pagans. Celtics, right? So we already have the equivalent of a foreign religion where those people came over here, killed us all, and forced us to believe their shit. It's called Christianity.
Even this is
but it was all right. It was all right because they're white.
England. This is England. If you go to a country, you abide by their rules, mate. They don't.
After the protests in Epping, it seemed towns and cities across the UK were no longer staying silent about migrant hotels in their communities.
Good. But they should be complaining at the government. They should be outside Parliament. You should all, instead of being outside these migrant hotels, you should all be outside Downing Street, outside Westminster. That's where you should all be. Now imagine the difference you all would make is instead of 1,000 or 2,000, 10,000 people outside this migrant hotel or that migrant hotel, imagine if there was 100,000 of you all from all over Britain outside Parliament. So even when they're at work, they can hear you. Even when they turn off their phones and turn off their screens and try and just do some paperwork, they can hear you. I don't know why you are standing outside migrant hotels. I don't get it. There's no organisation to you guys. Why aren't you outside Parliament? Because you've got, what, maybe 10 migrant hotel protests every few weeks when you can all just orchestrate together and all go to London and kick off with the government. Peacefully, mind. Don't be violent. Don't be violent. Don't do vandalism. Don't do littering. Don't commit crimes. Do a peaceful, legal protest with vast numbers. I mean vast numbers. And the government can't ignore it because the whole world's cameras will be watching. Like, come on, guys. I can't have to do everything for you all. Come on. Stop standing outside these hotels and organise together so you're in one large group in London protesting rather than at this hotel or that hotel because you're all split up and divided. You're not really powerful, are you? If you want to have an effect, I promise you, get together, all of you, in one place outside the government's house, outside the government's front door. You go and stand outside the government's front door and you knock. Nice and loud. You either do what we say, and this is the final warning, or we do it and get rid of you lot.
In Nuneaton, tensions escalated further after 2 asylum seekers with no fixed address were charged with sexual assault and kidnapping of a 12-year-old girl. The case sparked outrage and led to hundreds taken to the streets during a weekend of migrant hotel protests.
Alright, good afternoon guys. We've arrived in Nuneaton for today's protest.
Okay, so this is the second protest, I believe. So, because the video is now coming up to 55 minutes, I'm going to make this a two-parter, okay? I don't want to make this another hour and a half on top of this, because I can just make this 2 videos, okay? So thank you very much for your time and your effort in watching this. If you do want to watch more, please like and subscribe to my channel to watch more. If you want to see more videos by Wesley, please go to his channel on YouTube, at Wesley Winter. He's an independent journalist and he makes me laugh, to be fair. He makes me laugh. So, have a good day, everyone. I'll catch you in a bit. Part 2 will be coming very soon. Later today. Thank you.